Macro Road. So just raise your hands, the microphone will go to you, and then please identify yourself, your affiliation, tapos to whom you would like to ask a question. Go.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. This question is for RJ Barrientos. RJ, I've already asked you this after Game 6, but I think now's the perfect time to ask it to you again. Can you just talk about your history with Jason Castro? You haven't played with him in this conference yet, but now you're about to face him in a best-of-7 series. So, just your emotions before you get to face him in this best-of-7 series, and the history you have with him in Gilas.
Like I said, napapanood ko ng si Kuya Jason Castro, siguro way back high school ako or college, and then now, sobrang nakaka-overwhelm lang na ngayon, makakalaban mo siya, and hindi lang makakalaban, magkalaban pa kayo sa final. So, sobrang grateful ako, thankful ako na isa sa makakamatch up ko sa TNT. And like Kuya LA, siguro, ganun lang din naman, yung respeto na binibigay ko lang din sa mga players like Kuya Jason. So, sobrang thankful lang ako na makalaban siya. And excited ako na makita kami sa Sunday sa first game namin.
Thank you, RJ. My next question would go to Calvin Ofana of the TNT Toronto Liga. Calvin, you're very expressive when it comes to your friendship with Scotty Thompson. Kayo yung unang talagang batian. From the NCAA and now to the PBA finals, can you just talk about your relationship with him and your closeness ninyo, and how excited are you to go up against him dito sa PBA finals?
Ayun lang yan. Hindi, pero ever since nagkasama kami sa national team, roommate ko na siya, so wala nang bago sa amin. Pero yun nga, pagdating sa laro kasi, iba-iba rin kasi ang mindset eh. Gusto namin maglaro talaga sa mga team namin. I know Scotty very well, talagang give all siya pagdating sa paglalaro ng basketball. Alam naman natin lahat kung anong nagawa niya sa team niya, sa national team. And excited ako kasi nakabalik pa siya from injury. I'm excited about this conference.
Thank you, Calvin. Next question, please.
Good afternoon to everyone, and congratulations on being in the finals. Maybe to Coach Scott and Coach Tim. The common denominator in this finals is you guys associated with the last pass and present. Especially Coach Scott being coach for a number of years, and Coach Tim being the current national team coach. How will this factor in the series, considering there's a lot of past and present national team players in this series?
Coach Shot. Microphone, please.
Let's not forget, Tim was the first national team coach before me, right? Way back Centennial time, and I was his assistant. So I think a lot of people forget that. He's really been my mentor. Throughout our time of coaching, but in the end, I have developed my own style. He has developed his own style and philosophy. The Gilas factor, I don't know if it will be that much of a differentiator in the series, aside from what you just mentioned, aside from that similarity. But other than that, I'm approaching the series as TNT, and I'm sure Tim is approaching the series as Ginebra. After the series, we can all go back to being Gilas or former Gilas, but for the series, this is TNT and Ginebra.
Coach Tim?
Well, for me, I giggle when Chuck says I'm his mentor, because I've learned more from him than he's learned from me, that's for sure. And I did that in that last stint when I was with him in the World Cup. And I learned a lot, especially about the offensive side, learned new drills and things that I haven't had exposure to.
I think the familiarity will play in the series at some point, just because, he knows what I like to do and I've learned, what he likes to do. So that will definitely play, the fact that we have worked together in the past. Whether it be dealers or not dealers, it's just the idea that we've been around and been friends for so long, and I think we've spent time studying each other's game. And Joe is really correct in saying that even though we kind of grew up together in basketball, because we were both very, very young when we started back in 1991. But we were both really young back then, and so we were kind of growing together as basketball coaches, and we took different paths, and we'd have very distinct systems, and they're kind of like almost polar opposite type systems. So it's just going to be an interesting contrast. But George said it earlier also. It's going to come down. It's not going to come down to me and George. It's going to come down to Rondé and Justin and the players around them. They're going to be the ones that decide the series, and that's how it should be. And I'm going to have a lot of fun watching Rondé play. The style of play he plays is really fun to watch, and watching Justin in our system is going to be fun for them. So I just think it's really a match made in heaven, and I think fans are going to have a great time watching this series.
Wala na question. Bubulahan lang dito eh. Diba? Tama na, sige natin. Gusto mo lipat natin sila ng table. Parang boyfriend, girlfriend na, nag-aamay eh. No. Okay na, pakap na.
Okay na ba? O, meron pa? O, may pahabol pa, Vice. Vice Chairman, may pahabol pa. Ben.
This question is for Coach Scott. After manalo yung Ginebra over San Miguel, na-mention ni Coach Tim yung what's different now TNT's yung defense. What's your response to that? And yung next question ko, ano naman yung nakikita mong different ngayon sa Ginebra with Coach Tim na you're concerned about?
Well, in the preseason, we really made it a conscious, intentional effort to focus on defense, because when we analyzed our past performance, that was our weakness, our inability to stop other teams. So we really made a concerted effort to make defense our DNA. So I think the results so far have shown that our efforts are paying off. In their style of play, Team Cone used to be Ginebra used to be the team that takes the fewest 3-point shots of any team in the league, and now they're the number one in the league in 3-point shooting and 4-point shooting. Of course, Justin and Mav have a lot to do with that, and Rondé. So that's a big departure from the way they normally play, in taking the fewer, much fewer number of 3-pointers as against today. And that's dictated by circumstance, because he has a very different team this time than his previous team. So he's making a great adjustment, which is a mark of a great coach. Your ability to adjust, right? So that's a difference.
Any more questions? Questions? Meron ba? May pahabol ba? Wala na?
Pero,
If there are no more questions, again,
magtatanong. Gusto na kayo, di ba? Gusto na umuwi.
bago tayo magtapos, again, we'd like to thank Arena Plus for making this press conference possible. Maraming salamat Arena Plus for your support for the 49th season Governor's Cup Finals press conference. Okay? Ready na? Bago tayo kumain, meron tayong photo. Yan ang tradition natin. Okay, let's stand up. Let's bring over that trophy. Ito ang paglalabanan nila. Ito ang championship trophy ng Governor's Cup.